the initial response was, what are we going to do?
There's nobody to ask for advice because nobody's done it before.
It's a hustle, it's a struggle, it's a day-to-day, it's a fight to survive.
My business has to learn how to pivot.
Things change daily, the reality changes daily, and nobody knows what to do. There's no playbooks.
We have to figure out some type of way to rebound. Hello, my name is Darnell Reed, and I'm the chef and owner of Luella's Southern Kitchen. Luella is my great-grandmother. About 5 years ago, I opened this restaurant to honor her. She's from Mississippi, and the food that we serve in this restaurant is food that's particularly from the South. Some of it is from Mississippi, but some of it's from other parts of the South. I still give the credit to her for motivating me to research the food of the South.
So I was a hotel chef for many years, all with Hilton. I worked with Hilton Hotels for 18 years, and I just felt like it was time for a change. Every lady who's worked in a restaurant, people ask, are you Luella? Are you Luella? She's not with us anymore, but she was with us when we opened the restaurant. I thought it was a cool thing to open the restaurant and kind of honor her in that way, because she was the person who did all of the events for us, all of the family get-togethers, after school, sometimes even before school, because we're spending the night at her house and things like that as kids. I'll name the restaurant after her.
But one thing that I'll say was near and dear to us is the artwork. One of our favorite TV shows we used to watch was called Good Times. The actual artist was Ernie Barnes. They would show this particular photo at the end of every episode. Actually, even before we knew the menu or we knew anything, we knew that we were going to buy this piece of artwork.
I'll model the food after her, the food that we used to eat.
Some of the food that we serve are items like shrimp and grits, salmon croquettes, fried chicken, braised oxtails, homemade beignets. We do a lot of Southern items, and the menu changes on occasion. Anything that we make in the restaurant is made from scratch.
1, 2 shrimp and grits. I got 1, 2, 3 beignets.
Because we just want people to kind of feel at home, and we want to bring a taste of the South to Chicago. Kind of basically the way that Luella came from Mississippi to Chicago. We wanted her food to arrive here with her. So that's pretty much the concept of our restaurant. When COVID-19 hit, we were pretty much devastated, and also we were trying to figure out things as they, kind of like we are as well now, figuring out things as they go, because it's something new to all of us. I don't think any of us who are living in this lifetime have experienced anything of this sort.
Okay, describe in one word how the pandemic has changed your business. Brutally. Seacoast Repertory Theatre is a nonprofit regional theater. When we're being cutesy, we say, like, oh, we play pretend for money, which is what we do, but it's so much more than that.
Listen, honey, you don't stop living for yourself until you stop letting folks control you.
We do about 330 performances a year. In the heart of downtown Portsmouth, New Hampshire, one of the oldest cities in the country, I think the third oldest city in the country. I'm sitting right now in the theater, an old brewery warehouse. It's an intimate space. It's not like the Broadway stages you see, like big proscenium. You're right up with the actors. They're right up with you. We do Broadway classics, but we also do some original works, concerts, lessons. We have a performing arts academy. The Portsmouth arts economy is $58 million. $58 million a year is generated through what we do and what other arts organizations around the city do. That is about 9 times what we should do for a city of our size. Like, art is built into the bones of this place. We were a thriving theater with a good clientele. We were on the cusp of our most ambitious season to date. We were going to do about 330 shows to large audiences.
the state of New Hampshire will be issuing a stay-at-home order and directing all non-essential businesses that have not already voluntarily closed to end in-person and public interacting operations by midnight, Friday, March 27th.
It's not the same as what we had going on, but the biggest surprise was trying to make that work and continuing to try to make that work because we're still in this COVID reality. There's a way through the woods and we're finding it. It's going to hurt, it's going to be smaller, and it's going to take a while to get back to what it was, but it's survivable.
I'm Andrew Rosenthal, and I created LA Dogworks in 2004 as a 24-hour full-service dog care center, first in Los Angeles. Built from a health and safety standpoint to parallel the dog's natural instincts. It was the first built of the kind, going from that perspective. I avoided the cutesy stuff and really built it for dogs instead of for people. It's inside of a 7,500 square foot building. It houses a 2,500 square foot indoor dog park. And we put our money into our HVAC system, circulating the air, making sure that's pure. And just took a different approach to proper dog care. It's all indoors, and that's on purpose. I felt that to not have to cater to the elements, but we could have service every day without having to worry about what the weather has in store for us. It's like a hospital. We keep it 70 degrees or less to help keep bacteria down. It's an enclosed environment. I think that's the one thing that we do take pride in is our protocol on cleaning. Just always from the beginning. It's clean, 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 clean the kennels, clean the walls, clean the fences, clean the windows, everything. Ever since I came up with the idea of LA Dogworks, throughout the 16 years, the planets have been aligned. I mean, we have been through a fire. It was so hot in here that the vinyl fence melted. It took a year to rebuild it. We have been through a lot of crazy stuff and always come out okay. But now that the pandemic has hit, most people are keeping their dogs at home. So we're not getting the same attendances as we used to.
We begin this afternoon with the coronavirus pandemic.
We must enact an immediate stay-at-home order for the state of Illinois.
The pandemic leads to new restrictions at Chicago restaurants and bars.
You go from full house, especially nights and weekends and things like that, having your restaurant busy, packed house, serving people, seeing friendly faces, everyone's having a good time, trying fresh food, fresh product, homemade meals, direct contact with customers, and you lose all of that. Like, okay, what can I do to make sure my business survives? Even though we had 2 restaurants and now we're down to 1, we really only lost 1 employee, which is a blessing in itself. Losing Luella's Gospel Bird and now only having Luella's Southern Kitchen, one thing that we were able to do is we started an online bakery, and that online bakery helped create hours for our employees that were helping with the Gospel Bird location. So right now we have 2 cash drop orders, which is our online ordering system. Right here, this is the way we receive them. We have 2 pending orders. And when they get to the restaurant, the food will be ready for them. No signature required for the checks or anything like that. Luella's Southern Kitchen is currently only for delivery and carry out. We still didn't feel comfortable, or we still don't feel comfortable to fully open yet. We would love to have a packed house again, like we did in the past, but we just don't think it's safe for our employees, and we don't think it's safe for our customers as well.
The outrage and hurt that the people of Minneapolis have has been heard all over the world, and we feel it here in our city, in our heart.
I just want to say justice for George Floyd. and arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. Since the murder of George Floyd, and the protests that followed the murder, there's been like an awareness of other nationalities to kind of try to understand what it's like to be a black person in America, and also there's been a raised awareness to support black business. So with that being said, my business, as well as some others, I do talk to other people in the industry, we have seen an increase in business since the protests. Our business has been doing a lot better over the past 2 months, and hopefully it continues.
How many employees or customers have you lost since the pandemic began? We like to think we did not lose any customers and that they'll be back. We have been unable to employ about 100 artists, artisans, technicians, directors, designers, craftspeople, builders that we would very, very, very much love to have back. This thing that these people have trained for their entire lives, and really, devoted a body and a soul to creating things for people in a live way, can no longer be used in a useful way, and that's heartbreaking. It was a real decimation, and it happened nearly instantly, and there's no telling when it's going to end. So we don't really know what the ultimate financial impact of this is going to be, because we don't know what shows we have to cancel. We don't know when this is going to let up. It is a daunting thing. It's probably the largest challenge any theater has faced, maybe in the history of us doing this thing. The entire industry evaporated overnight, and that was an industry that was tough on a good day, like very high unemployment and underemployment on a good day. And this was a bad day, and it's been 150 bad days in a row. What happened when COVID hit? We were in the middle of a show called A Chorus Line, which is one of these navel-gazing shows about shows. The big climax is there's a catastrophic injury, and somebody asks, what do you do when you can't dance anymore? And suddenly that is the reality. What do you do when you can't dance anymore? When you can't have audiences, when it's dangerous to do so. 123 performances got canceled. So all of those pre-sold tickets and all of that revenue just instantly evaporates. And not only that, but you have a liability to everybody that bought a ticket. We have to cancel these shows. How long is this going to last? How can we make revenues? How can we continue to take care of our people? We were the only theater in the country to live stream a musical. So we were surprised in that we could adapt very quickly. It was a matter of days before we did our first online production at relatively high quality.
Did you miss me?
We immediately assembled a TV studio, essentially. So it wasn't just a matter of taking the shows that we had and putting them online. You can't do that. You need to get permission from everybody involved. You need to work with every stakeholder in order to make sure that everybody is okay with what's going on. And that has been actually the hardest part of adapting. So tonight we're filming an episode of Honey Punchin' Pals. It's like a Sesame Street with a drag queen. After that, we're going to start planning our next 3 shows.
Oh, it's my pals! Yay, they're here!
So, as you can see, we've taken all of our stuff out of the lobby, except for the bare minimum. And this is the space. It's still a breakneck pace, even though COVID seems to have stopped everything. It's really wild.
Prior to the pandemic, we had anywhere from 40 to 70 dogs a day in daycare. Our kennels were close to full all the time. But now that the pandemic has hit, they shut everything down.
I want to be clear about this, that the only time you should leave your home is for essential activities and needs.
I think the initial response was, what are we going to do? We rely on people bringing their dogs and trusting us with their dogs. But they're home. As soon as they shut everything down, we let most of our employees go. So it's just, will we get through with it? The unsureness, it was very questionable. Though it's a terrible thing and so many people have died because of it, I don't want to let that be really just all negative. You have to find the silver lining. So that's what we did. We just got together and came up with a plan. We took the opportunity, a handful of us, to stay behind and fix what needed to be fixed, anything that needed to be upgraded or beautified, freshened up. We did it. We made the best of what we could. I mean, it's the only choice, that you just make the best of it. And slowly but surely, people started to come back. And once Governor Newsom declared daycare and grooming as an essential business.
Today, we're announcing additional modifications statewide, malls for pickup, in addition to other services like car washes, pet grooming, dog walking.
We opened up and it started to pick up, slowly. 16 years ago, when I built LA Dogworks, this whole concept of a one-stop shop, boarding, grooming, training, daycare, all in one place, was really not done anywhere. That was great for 16 years. And now having something new, it just kind of lights a flat fire under your butt and makes you want to do more.